these are. So we also have to be peacemakers. Salt has got so many. Okay, now we go to light. Light also is, as I said, we take light for granted, isn't it? Imagine now all this light. Those days, we never work in offices. Always outside farmers' days, a house. You open one window, everywhere you can have light, right? But in the night, you have this little oil lamp. Light is important. Jesus said, my word is a lamp unto my, thy word is a lamp and a light unto. Why do we need light? Because when we walk, where there is darkness, many things happen. You know what I mean? Many rubbish happens. And then even when you want to find something in a house, you light a lamp to see. So when we don't have light, we may not be able to see clearly. Again, as I said, then salt and light. Imagine mommy cooking in the kitchen, got no light. Instead of taking salt, she take the salt, instead of putting in the, what you call it, cooking pot, coffee pot is there, she put it in the coffee pot. And then she take the what, curry powder and put it into the, what you call it. So, light and salt also can go hand in hand. You know what I mean? So, the light will show us where are the dark areas in, what you call it, dark areas and what is hidden behind. Light also helps us so that we can see as we walk that, what you call it, what are the dangers that lie before us so that we won't. So he says, you be a light. What did Jesus say? I am the light of the world. And we are his children. So we are little lambs. We are his little lambs. So we need to light and what you call it, light the dark areas in this world, maybe in our society, maybe among our friends. This is a true story about a Singapore doctor. He was a wonderful Christian, and while he was, I think he was doing his internship or already passed. You know, in the GH, not General Hospital. You know, there's a canteen there. They always come for lunch, and then all these, they all used to talk rubbish, this, that, and all that. So normally he doesn't join them. But very strangely, all the friends, you know, our friend, and he was a very, he was a very smart doctor, one of the best among them. So some of his friends, let's not talk rubbish, you know what I mean? Don't talk rubbish. But then some of them said, but every time he walked into the room, they stopped talking rubbish. And that means when we just do what we have to do, God will convince, the Holy Spirit will convince the others, what we are doing. You know, we are like a standard that they can, you know what I mean? You know, say, this guy say, why are we, he's our friend, why are we telling things which is also no use to us, you know what I mean? That was a comment among some, later on they told him, later on, he was sharing, I think, I don't think he shared it, he's a very humble man. I think one of his other friends who became a Christian later, he was sharing this incident. So we are supposed to be like those days, when we never had street lights and all that, what did they use? They use, what do you call it, like coconut leaves, dry one, they put it, and then a cloth with oil, they used to hold it, and if they had to travel at night. So light also tells us where dangers lie. And we are to be God's reflect. You know what I mean? The light of God must shine through us. But before the light can shine through us, we must already have the light in us, right? So if you don't have the light in us, say what you lack. Cannot. You cannot. And then again, you have to be like those days, oil lamp. The oil lamp got the wicks. You need to trim it. You need to trim it so the light can burn. And sometimes when it burns, you always have the black soot forming, and if it is soot, then it will also dim the. So in our life too, when even as we are being the light, we also need to continually cleanse, trim the lamp, make sure there is oil. Where do we get the oil from? Again, the word of God. Thy word have I hid in my heart that I might not sin against. One of my favorite verses. It keeps us, So we need to trim the lamp. So we are to go into the whole world where dark corners. What does Jesus mean by going there? Where people have not heard about His love. Because Jesus came not only for me, we are all His children, He cannot afford to lose any one of us. But the beauty of God is He'll never force anyone else. He will just say, here it is, you can accept it or you can reject it. It's the same privilege that He gave it to Adam and Eve. He only said, He could have stopped them, but He did not want to violate the independence and their own self-will. So that is the beauty of God, He has given us self-will, but we should really love Him freely. That's why I don't know whether I've shared this example before. Imagine I am the, what do you call it, the kampong head. Wow, there's really a young, beautiful girl there. I want to get married, but she doesn't like you because you are a cruel man. But you are kampong head, so he calls her mother and says, I want to marry your daughter. Or he says, like putting a gun on her head and say, hey, if you don't marry me, I shoot you. She has to marry, right? Okay, you think she will love you? You think you can force her to marry, but you will not love her? Same thing with us. God does not want to force us to be His children. You know what I mean? He wants us to love Him freely. And that is where, you know what I mean? So, but if the woman had really loved him and then married him and both, that would be a start of a very beautiful life together, right? So here, God will never force us to do anything. So, again, Jesus, as I said, He puts this immediately after the 9 Beatitudes and say, hey, now, you have heard me preach. You have heard how to be blessed. Now you go and be a blessing by being the light and salt of the earth. Again, the same promise God gave Abraham. I make you a blessing so that you can be a blessing to others. Blessed to be a blessing. So I just want to, as I said, many times when I speak, I'm speaking to myself also. Hey, Thomas, is your lamp still got the trim? Is it still got the soot? Is it burning bright? I always, you know what I mean? So it is very, very, God, as I said, uses simple things to tell, hey, be the light, simple light, salt, give flavor, give healing, and bring about taste and goodness in our society, in our homes, in our schools, our country, our nation. So I think 2 weeks back we had, the Singapore civil servants. Chunmi was there also. We gathered together, St. Andrew, just praying for our nation. And we are being, in a way, we are, prayer, being a little bit of a salt in our own society. So I just thank God that we have the privilege of being His light and salt. And how do we, so let us not lose the saltiness and let us keep our lamps burning bright. And He says, don't, and He says what? Again He says, you light the lamp, where do you put it under the bushel or under the bed? No. What for? No use. You want to put it, so what he says, if you are the light, don't keep it to yourself. Go and shine where there is pain and darkness. After you see where it is, don't forget to bring along your salt. So light and salt, I think maybe that is why, I don't know, this is my own thinking. Light and salt goes quite hand in hand. Be the light and the salt. Look where you need to put the salt. Find out areas. So God bless each one of us. Thank you. Shall we just close in prayer?